Apologize. I have a very, very bad cold and a very bad cough. So you could give me a bracha for Shalema, because it's very hard for me to give shiurim these days, and I'm giving shiurim Baruch Hashem. Despite it's hard for me to talk and I have a very nasty cough. So our trip in Poland was very uplifting. I was there 15 years ago with Avi Mighty, and now I agreed to go with a big group of Talmidim from Yeshivas Todas Chaim and the entire staff of the yeshiva. So it was a combination of Kivrei Tzadikim and Holocaust study. So we visited Auschwitz and Majdanek. And I said, this definitely is not Admas Kodesh, but it is a mokum of Kedoshim. Because the Maharil says, every Jew that is killed because he's a Jew is a Kodesh. So I can't share with you everything I spoke about, because that demands, a special session and a special shir that would take an hour at least. And just a few specifics. We visited the cave of Rabbi Yosef Nechemia Kornitzer, who was the Rav in Krakow. His son, Reb Shmuel, was the last Rav in Krakow. Rabbi Yosef Nechemia passed away Tufresh Tzadik Gimel. His son was a Rav from Tufresh Tzadik Gimel till Tufresh Tzadik Tes, 6 years. When the Nazis came into Kroka, he, Rav Tamimus, so naive, went to talk to the local commander of the Gestapo to beseech him on behalf of the Jewish community. He didn't come back. Nobody knew what happened to him. And a week later, the authorities sent back a box with his ashes. This is what was left of him. And next to the cave of his great father, there's a mitzvah, Poi Nitman, Eifer, of our last love. So that is just one of the so moving and tragic stories. So Rabbi Yosef Nechemia, his Edom was Reb Shabsa Frankel, who published the New Rambams. The entire Torah world owes Reb Shabsa Frankel a big debt. He printed the new edition of the Rambam that everybody uses, every Bismillah. And he was the son-in-law of Rabbi Yosef Nechemia Kornitzer. And he quotes him a Torah that he said in Tufresh Tzadik Gimel when Hitler rose to power. Va'avor olayich ve'erech mitboiseses b'damayich va'omalach b'damayich chayi. The Krokov, like a prophet, said, Kodesh Baruch Hu looks at us and he says, Erech mitboseset b'damayich. You're going to be tortured and pain, not because of what you're doing, but just because who you are, because of the blood in your veins. And you're going to be killed just because you're Zerav or Yaakov. And that is ve'erech mitboseset b'damayich. And then HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, Va'omar lach b'damayich chayi. And I will give you life for the same reason. Afar pi she'eino ra'ui ve'eino kedai. And they will persecute and murder you because you're Jewish. Then you're going to be Jewish to me as well. The Kloiser Rebbe, I once heard him say, Hashem yispor b'ksoiv amim. What does HaKadosh Baruch Hu need to read what the Goyim write? So sometimes the Sultan, the Makadrik, will come up in the heavens and say, these are Jews. They don't keep Shabbos. They eat Nevelas and Treifas. They don't deserve your mercy. They don't deserve Rachamei Shemayim. Hashem Yispar B'Ksoiv Amin. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will say, they were Jews for Hitler, they're Jews for me. If they were Jews for the Hamas, they're Jews for me. And they deserve my Rachamim. Once upon a time, I used to visit Antwerp for a weekend of Arbotzesteiner once a year, and I developed a very close relationship with the Chaim Kreisbiot. He was an original. He was a Goen Olam and a very colorful personality. Shlomo, I don't know whether you knew him, Chaim, probably you did. He was a very, very colorful, very amazing person. So I once heard him say, that's a bit of a shocking statement. The Yosid Lavai, when HaKadosh Baruch Hu will be done the Yiddish Kinderlach, the Yiddish folk, and the Sultan will say, these guys aren't Jewish. They kept nothing. And the Melitz Yosha would say, but Hitler destroyed them, he murdered them all. And HaKadosh Baruch Hu will stand up and say, Halacha ke Hitler. Only the Chaim Kreisbiot could say such a sentence. HaKadosh Baruch Hu will say, Halacha ke Hitler. Well, I would never say Halacha ke Hitler regarding anything, but it's just one of the sentiments I shared about the tragedy, and primarily what I spoke about is the nitzchius of Klal Yisrael. Oisias Parchos, Gevilin Eslofim. The Beis Halevi says the body of a Jew is like the Gevil of Sefer Torah, and the neshama is the letters of the Sefer Torah. Mishas HaChorban, the Pchinina ben Teradian was burned at stake, and as Talmidim broken-heartedly ask, what do you see? Two pshatim and toises. Why did they think he's seeing anything? My pshat is the Talmidim ask Rabbi Matu, what do you see? What is our future? Will we ever prevail? And he encourages them and he gives them chizuk, giving it a and they could burn our bodies. But nobody could destroy Nishmas Yisrael. And Nishmas Yisrael lives forever. So that was the tamsis of the message I tried to get across. And I think it was very, very inspiring to all the young Talmidim and to the Mechanchen as well. So it was a very choshev trip, and we davened a lot. So it's been weeks that we've been davening for Moshe Aaron ben Leah Bela, a soldier that was very tragically wounded. And as we finished davening in Lezhensk with the Rebbe Melech, I get a phone call, his family, first time in 6 weeks that he actually woke up and responded. So he was partially weaned off sedation, still sedated, but first time in 6 weeks since he was injured that he responded. Still has a long way to go, but Baruch Hashem, Siyata Dishmai. And another soldier that 6 months did not respond. Today I was notified. First time he has responded. So we down to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Right now the country is in turmoil. The Chak HaGiyus. I'm not worried. The yeshivas will be forever. Nobody could stop us from learning. Well, it's a question of funding. Maybe our Oyavei Torah in the entire world will need to make an additional effort. But Be'ezas Hashem, Kol HaTorah, Yishoma Barama, forever and ever. And I said many times, yeshivas in Koilelin are the oxygen we breathe. And Israel doesn't win wars, only the merit. I just hope that this controversy doesn't entirely destroy the beautiful actors that we see during this period. And it's such a pity. I think every sensible person knows that nobody could stop learning in the Koilem and Yeshivas, and the Kol Torah will go on forever. Let us hope that everybody will understand the importance of Kol Torah, and that we exist and we prevail and we succeed and we win wars in the merit of Talmud Torah.